Not Quite
Darkness
is a podcast that contains spoilers, opinions, and general. Listener discretion is advised.
Ready to see you as an automobile. That's pretty solid. That's pretty fucking solid. That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, vroom vroom shitters all over the world, welcome back to another episode of Not Quite Darkness. My name is Keith Brooks. Here with me as always, Mr. Chad Dowdy. How you doing, Chad? Did you get your math homework in on time?
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing great, Keith. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You look fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with what we do here, we sit and we talk about the hottest, newest movies of 1983 and tell you what we, white men, think about them.
How we would do it different.
Yeah. In this cutting edge of the medium sort of podcast. We follow the In Search of Darkness podcast, rather documentary, and we watch every single fucking movie they recommend. And we're on 1983, and today we're talking about Stephen King, John Carpenter coming together for Christine. What's the Funko Pop you have on display today?
So do you recognize this one?
It looks like Species. What is it?
That's exactly what it is.
They made a Species Funko Pop?
It's Seal from Species.
That's fucking amazing. She's so
You
hot.
nailed it. You nailed it.
So hot in that movie. So hot in that movie. How many are there? 4 species? We should be talking about species instead. I would much rather. No, this is a good one. This is a good one. But yeah, today we were talking about John Carpenter's Christine. Chad, you've watched this one before, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely. Like you said, it's Stephen King's John Carpenter's Christine.
Absolutely. So many people. Yeah, I'm going to say something right off the bat that I think might be sacrilegious to some people. And don't get me wrong, I love Halloween. I like Halloween, the movie, better, but I think this is a better movie than Halloween.
Okay.
Like, as far as a movie is constructed and everything like that, I think Halloween has better iconography, but this is a polished fucking movie. Like, John Carpenter did not come to play as he's making this film. So, yeah.
I had problems with the supporting cast.
I did and I didn't. I think it's my favorite supporting cast of all time. And just because of the Wolverine-looking dude that's supposed to be in high school and the guy from Ghostbusters. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. Like, that guy? Oh, God. So good to see him. Anyway.
So let's just jump right into this, Christine or whatever. So basically, we're seeing a car go through like an assembly line that's being made. It's a Plymouth Fury. I do not know cars, so I had to look up like what type of car this is so that I can say that. I'm not afraid to say I didn't know what type of car Christine is.
No, do it. But this scene in film history is kind of important because the book Christine hadn't come out yet by the time the movie comes out. They'd bought the rights to the book because it was Stephen King. Right. So it started making it before the book was even published. But this beginning scene isn't in the book. This beginning scene is from Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock wanted to do this for a movie that he didn't get to make. And so the entire idea was you would see a car being built piece by piece, and then as it rolled off the assembly line, the trunk would open and there would be a dead body in it. And so John Carpenter sort of took that and made his own little variation on it. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So basically, yeah, we're seeing the car being made, and, one of the workers is checking, under the hood, checking the engine, and the hood just falls down on his hand.
Yeah.
And then another guy gets in and it's like smoking in Christine, and later he just falls out. He's dead too.
Mm-hmm.
So, crazy shit is happening with this particular car. And then now we flash forward like 20 years or something like that. And we're in, I guess, the quote present day of, where we are. And then we meet Arnie. He's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And we have seen Arnie before in Search of Darkness. He's in Dress to Kill.
He is, yeah.
He's played by, what's his name?
Keith Gordon or
something? Keith Gordon. Yep, exactly. And so we meet Arnie. He's coming out of his house, looks like a super nerd. And the only thing that's missing is right now the tape on the glasses. But they make it very clear this dude is very nerdy. He's like dropping books or whatever. Yeah. But he's being picked up by like the cool kid. Like this guy's clearly a cool guy. He plays football. He's cool. The cool guy, so they're going to school, and the cool guy wants to get Arnie laid before he goes to college.
But I also want to say, too, the cool guy, who's basically like the prototype for Paul Walker, like, is listening to Tanya Tucker, I want to say. And the mom is like, that's disgusting music. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, if that's where we're starting the bar.
I also like how he parks the car to pick him up. He's halfway in the road.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. A long driveway.
It's a long
Just go up a little bit more, buddy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more, please. That car's going to get hit.
But if she's going to insult your music, I don't blame you too much. But
really, he doesn't want to get that close.
Yeah.
Except for the heart-to-heart he has with her later.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. But anyway. So he's taking Arnie to school, and he wants to get him laid or whatever. And then we also meet, there's a new girl in school, played by Alexandra Paul. I remember her from Baywatch. That's what I remember her from.
Ooh, let me see what I remember her from. Go ahead. Keep talking.
And then, again, it's a Stephen King. So there's bullies in this. And we just basically see some normal scenes at school where Arnie can't open his locker. Of course, the nerd can't open his locker. The bullies pick on Arnie. The cool kid stands up for Arnie. It's just, your basic setting up the rules of this school like any other school.
Yeah.
And while they're picking on Arnie, they grab his lunch, and the cool kid comes in to defend him. And they grab the cool kid's dick. Like, what?
First of all, we're skipping over a lot of the interesting aspects here, because the jerk kid looks like fucking Wolverine. Like, he's 48 years old.
I was going to say, he's 32 at least.
At least. And so he looks like such a fucking hooligan with long hair and sideburns that go all the way into his mouth. And he's brought a switchblade, and he stabs Arnie's lunch in such a way that it bleeds yogurt. But it's also like the ease with which it bleeds yogurt. I don't think that yogurt was actually in anything. I think his mom.
You don't think that was milk?
Empty yogurt. No, it's because she says at the beginning, keep it cold. It's got yogurt in there. And so she just packed him an apple and yogurt for lunch. I don't think she put it in a container. I just think she put yogurt in the bag and he stabbed it, and it's gross as fuck. But then,
it is gross.
But then they're like, "I'll help you, boss. Let me grab his dick for you." Squeeze. There used to be a wrestler in WCW or WWF called Crush, I think was his name, where he would just like squeeze your forehead. That's what this guy does to Paul.
But not a forehead.
Crush. But not a forehead. His foreskin, I guess, is what he grabs.
It's weird. And I feel like, though, later what we learn about the cool kid, maybe he liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, good point.
So the teacher, breaks it up or whatever. And literally, like, I feared for this teacher's life.
Yeah.
Because this 40-year-old man's about to beat this teacher to death.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So now, we're on the way home, cool kid and Arnie sees like a broken down, piece of shit, barely hanging on car.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes him stop, and he goes and he checks it out, and it's for sale. And it's for sale by the old man from Home Alone.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I was going to say he looked like Mark Ashworth, but he is the Home Alone dude.
He does look like Mark Ashworth. You're right about that. But it's the Home Alone guy for sure. And so the car is actually, Christine. It's, 20 years later. It might even be I mean, it's like it's missing everything. I mean,
Everything.
it's not a like a car that anyone would buy. It looks like a car in a junkyard.
Yeah, but it's also only $350, which made me gasp at the price of just like compared to now. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean because this is 1983. I mean, is that like super cheap for back
Oh,
then,
let me
even
see.
then, or was it more like I just don't know really if he was getting a deal on this car.
I'm gonna check it out. Hold on. Uh,
Surely, surely, like
so
if you're buying a used car, it's like $2,000 back then, something like that.
$300 in 1983 is the equivalent in purchasing power to approximately $976.27 today.
So no one should pay $900 for that car today.
No, not unless it comes with like a free garage. But still, I think it's also still kind of cheaper than I would think of it to be. But I'm also used to paying way too much for stuff, I guess. So
I mean, I get it if like you're the type of person that like I'm going to buy this and renovate. What it's not renovate.
yeah,
What's the word?
repair, refurbish, anything you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. If that's like your hobby or something,
Yeah,
sure. It's probably fine. So he buys the car, from this guy, but again, the cool guy tries to like talk the home loan guy out of it. Like he's trying to help Arnie not waste his money
yeah,
for this. And then, he gets home with the car and his parents are like super pissed
incredibly
for
pissed.
no reason.
But the car also drives. I think there's two things here that really bother me. They make it seem like this is Arnie's first year in shop class, right? Because they have a little conversation about that at the beginning, and then he's getting picked on. But all of a sudden, he's the greatest fucking mechanic since Tony Stark. Like, right? And then it's also, Paul Walker's like, this is such a shitty car. It's never going to operate. He drives it straight to his fucking parents' house from there. Like, this car runs.
You should show it like breaking down or something a little bit. You got to push it to get it to start like that. I've seen that in 1,000 movies.
But not this one.
No. But yeah, to your point too, this is 1983. There's no internet.
No.
So there's no, like, he's not YouTubing how to refurbish this car
at all.
But he knows how to do it, like apparently or whatever. It's like pristine later.
Pristine, yeah.
Exactly. So they basically, his parents are like, you can't have this car. And he's like, I'm keeping the car. And they're like, well, you can't like keep it here. So he takes it to a do-it-yourself garage, which I've never heard of in my entire life. I've seen this movie, but I've never heard of this in my entire life.
So there are these, because my dad was a mechanic, so I grew up with a bunch of things called like pick-aparts or pull-aparts, which are junkyards where you can go and just pick whatever parts you want off cars and you pay for them at the end of it. I've never in my fucking life heard of one where, you can park your car at our garage and come work on it whenever you want to. What the fuck is that?
And because people break into this place, it's not like it's open 24/7.
No.
So I really just don't understand the concept of this do-it-yourself garage. But so Arnie and the cool kid, they basically like have a heart-to-heart. And this is where I'm like, the cool kid is clearly in love with Arnie, but this is 1983. And it doesn't go anywhere in the movie. It's all like below the surface, I feel like.
Okay.
You don't feel that at all?
Just because he's trying hard to bang that lead girl later.
He's not, though, Keith.
He definitely is.
He's not. He is. He's doing it because his friends literally. So he's got the cool kid. Literally has Kelly Preston, hot ass Kelly Preston.
Yeah, no,
all over him, and he wants nothing to do with her.
Absolutely, no,
blowing her off.
Agreed.
The only reason he goes and tries to date the new girl is because his friends are antagonizing him, making him do it.
Which makes me feel terrible because if you're right, then every man Kelly Preston's with is just trying to use her as a mask. But I think that
not Arnold and Twins, baby.
Yeah, not Arnold and Twins. but I think because there's this moment later in the movie where Lee is sitting beside him. I think her name's Lee, and she's like basically crying on his shoulder. a cool guy's shoulder about Arnie, and you totally see him think about like pushing her head down, and like you can see it in his eyes.
No, he's thinking like, I'm the gay best friend. This is exactly this wasn't really a thing in 1983, but that's what I am. I'm the gay best friend. That's what it is. I'm telling you. So, he's been working on the car for like several weeks as far as that goes. Again, at this do-it-yourself. And then this is what we were just talking about, where the cool kid actually asks out Baywatch, the new girl.
Yeah.
But she says, no, she already has a date. Wonder who her date's with. It's gonna be a twist later, I bet. So then the cool kid, he tries to tell Arnie's mom that he hardly sees Arnie anymore.
Yeah.
And he's about to cry about this. Mm-hmm. Again, this is more to my point. This is the cool kid. Arnie's the nerd. And he's basically like crying that he doesn't see Arnie anymore.
Well, there is a moment there where the cool kid shows up, Arnie walks out, and then mom's like, oh, is cool kid going with you? And cool kid's like, I don't know. Am I Arnie? It's like this weird pressure point. You might have a little bit of a point.
I think I have a major point. But anyway, so during the heart-to-heart, the mom, I guess, tells the cool kid that the prior owner died in the car by carbon monoxide poisoning, which I feel like that happens like in a closed garage or something. It's not just going to happen when you're driving around the car.
No.
Like I'm not going to think like, hey, don't let him drive that car anymore. Someone just died by carbon monoxide poisoning. That's not really how it works. No.
And if it is, you definitely don't need to drive that car. It's not don't talk to him. It's get rid of the car immediately. But,
yeah. So, but what the cool kid decides to do with this new information is to go to the Home Alone guy for lore on this car.
Hey, can you give us exposition?
Yes. We just find out about like prior people dying in the car. I guess the wife, the owner, just people die in this car or whatever. But again, it's all, and if this is the real world, all of this is just normal stuff that's happening right now. Absolutely. Nothing is like, holy shit.
Yeah. It's just a car with a bad history. Things happen.
Exactly. But again, he thinks something's up. Yeah. So the cool kid breaks in to like look at Christine. Like, what is it? I don't understand like what his plan is for this.
I've totally fucking forgot about this part of the movie.
You forgot this because this is where Transformers got Bumblebee talking through the radio.
Does, yeah. Are you knocking? Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah. So he's trying to get into the car or whatever, and the radio pops on or whatever. And it's definitely like Bumblebee, the way Christine's talking through the radio. It's like, keep on knocking, but you can't come in or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so, again, that's a little weird. Sure. Finally, something a little weird has happened, but again, the radio just came on.
And he hit the car, so maybe, he doesn't know how
it's also,
work.
Being worked on. So there could be a short in the radio.
Totally.
It's totally explainable so far to me. Nothing really crazy is going on. But so earlier, we established that the cool kid, he actually plays football because he's cool and he has no business being friends with Arnie, but he is for some reason because he's in love with him. So anyway, he's playing football and Arnie shows up in a twist with Baywatch and a completely refurbished, looking amazing Christine.
Bright red paint job.
I mean, looks amazing.
Yeah.
And so they get out to watch the football game, but they start making out. And the cool kid during the play is watching this. He's not watching Baywatch kiss Arnie. He's watching Arnie kiss someone else.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
Okay.
So much so that the football is like the play's coming to him, but he is not paying attention to that. That is not someone who just met the cute new girl and is like, what's going on? That's the person that is seeing the love of their life make out with someone else.
Okay. Well, okay. So here's my only argument against that. If you see somebody doing something that seems so extremely out of character, Like, that can be shocking. Like, if I was driving and then all of a sudden I saw you on a unicycle juggling, I would have a car accident. If I was driving and I all of a sudden saw Rob doing a good job acting, I would probably have a car accident, right? Like, one of those. Something that's just so antithetical to who this person is that you know?
I'm telling you, it's because he's in love with him. He's 100% in love with him. I can't believe that you don't feel this way. So, but he gets himself together just in time to like catch the football. And he gets hit so bad they have to like stretcher him out.
Yeah, and he winds up at the hospital. Not just the stretcher out. He's fucked up.
They don't stretcher him out to the locker room, dude. Yeah, they take him to the hospital. How many times you get stretchered out and you don't go to the hospital? What are you talking about?
They just take you onto the sidelines and like, all right, you're here, get up, go.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, he's at the hospital. He's got a broken neck, I guess. I mean, it's something. He's like messed up. So, again, they talk a little bit at the hospital, and then he leaves. But then Arnie's at the drive-in with Baywatch, and they're making out in the car. But she will not go out all the way because they are in Christine, and she does not like Christine.
And Arnie has also started to change. He no longer wears his glasses. He wears, like, more greaser jackets. Like, he's getting a different style.
He's definitely, like, changing. It's almost like he is
possessed,
coming out of it like Christine came out of something. So basically, but yeah, she says she hates the car and she like hits the seat, and Arnie's not having it, like, at all. He is not happy with you messing with Christine. And I think he goes to get like some food or something at the drive-in, or I'm not sure, but basically when he comes back or something, she's choking in the car.
Yeah, see, I think the windshield cracks like a little bit or something. So he gets out.
And he's out there looking at the windshield?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the lights all turn on super bright inside of the car, and she starts choking on something, and his door's locked and he can't get in.
Yes, Christine's like locked the door so that, he can't get in. He's trying to get in because she's choking in there. But then some rando, he pulls her out and saves her life. Then again, she tells him that the car is jealous. Yeah. That's what happened, which is quite a leap.
Yeah, and he takes her home, and they have an argument on her doorstep.
They kind of break up. I mean, like, it seemed like they broke up, even though they're like back together later. But it definitely seems almost kind of like a breakup. And to me, this is, even though this car comes to life, this next scene is the most unrealistic scene to me in the entire movie. The bullies actually break into the garage and they fuck up Christine. And what's unrealistic to me is I feel like, I know this is Stephen King bully, and Stephen King bullies are like terrible, but that 38-year-old man, even though he's a bully, I just don't feel like he's going to mess with somebody's ride. I just don't feel like he's going to mess with that nice car.
Well, there's the part of the damage to the car that they don't actually show, but they keep making sure they tell us about it. Like, of that somebody shit on the dashboard. And that's the part I believe most. I just don't believe that they had the energy in them to wreck the car that fucking bad. And
Christine just lets them on top of that. Because we see she doesn't take shit.
Literally she does if it's on her.
In this scene, yeah.
On her dash, she likes it, I guess. Yeah.
He's like, let's just see where this goes.
Yeah, let's let it play out.
We found her kink, I guess.
Yeah.
So Arnie sees the aftermath, and Christine is like totaled. Like,
yeah, and so he's like
totaled.
We have a scene where they've Arnie and Lee have had a fight. They come together at the garage to go see her. And I even want to say he has to get his wallet out of the car.
Yeah, he's got to get his wallet out of the car.
And then as they're walking, Arnie sees it, and he almost breaks Lee's hand, squeezing so tightly because he sees the car is completely fucked up.
Yeah, and he goes crazy. He basically yells at her. He yells at her.
Yeah.
I can't even remember like what she even says, but he's losing his mind or whatever. And he goes home, and he blows up at his parents, and he blames them because he had to keep it somewhere else. He couldn't keep it his house. And he has a fight with his dad, and he basically attacks his dad. I mean, like he's he's definitely going hardcore.
Yeah.
From the super nerd we saw at the beginning or whatever. He's like about to choke his dad out. And so he's going to just start over. Basically, he's going to try to fix Christine again. And when he goes to work on her, like something, I guess the engine or something fixes itself.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's looking at it weird. And this is, even though I saw this movie, I feel like I was like 6 years old when I saw this movie or whatever. But I remember this distinctly, this scene where he's looking at Christine and he says, show me.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Part. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then Christine just starts fixing herself.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But again, that's definitely what I remember.
Me too.
Over anything else in this whole movie is him doing that or whatever. And then later we see Christine going and trying to run down one of the bullies. Not the main bully, not Ghostbuster bully, but just one of the random bullies.
Yeah. Like I think they call him Tubby or something like that. Something inappropriate. Yeah, and this is like one of my favorite things too, because I wouldn't say she tries to run down. I'd say she's very successful.
Well, I just mean at first she's trying to, it's like a chase scene as far as that goes. But we can't tell if Arnie's in the car. It never shows you.
Yeah.
It's like blacked out windows. It never shows you if Arnie is behind the wheel or anything. But this is a super cool kill.
Because Tubby McGee runs into like an alleyway that's too narrow for Christine to get in, and then she just 1989 Batmans the fuck into it and just cuts her own sides off to get to him. Yeah,
it was dope. Like, I'm gonna damage myself just to crush this guy. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that was a good kill. And now we're back at the hospital where Arnie is seeing the cool guy again, but now Arnie is full on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Absolutely. Drinking beers in the hospital, just everything.
Yes. Like, I'm telling you, he is emoed out.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Sam Raimi tried to emulate this scene when he was making Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's ridiculous.
Dig this.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, he's just being an asshole, really. And then he leaves because he can't fucking stick. What do you expect me to stick around here all day or something like that? Yeah. And he leaves, and then the cop questions Arnie. Yep, Harry Dean Stanton questions him about the death of the bully.
And I think Harry Dean Stanton is the most charismatic character in the entire movie. And like, I never think of Harry Dean Stanton as a charismatic person. He's always compelling, but charisma is not what I would associate with the man. But he like is very affable in this little detective role when he.
Yeah, and he's very memorable with it too. But they probably only had him for a day. It seems like because he's in this scene and I think another one. But it's like he's in it very little. But he's like but sure is a coincidence that the the guy who messed up your car. Ended up dead or whatever.
I heard this shit on your dashboard. Yeah, well, shit wipes
and
off.
Also, the girl has told the cops how bad Christine was because Christine is now fixed. And the cop was like, I thought your car was totaled. And he's like, no, it wasn't totaled. It looked worse than it was.
And I love that scene, too, of where he's showing him, like, notice how the paint doesn't match here?
Yes.
And he's like, no, don't really see it. Like, there's something so nice about that sequence.
Yeah, I do. I like that too. He's like saying there's a little scratch here or something. Yeah, I like all that. It's super cool. So then later, Christine goes after the other bullies. We get the ringleader, the Ghostbuster guy, and basically Christine crashes into their car, and then just blasts into a gas station and it explodes and kills everybody except for the ringleader bully.
And Wolverine takes off running with his adamantium skeleton.
Exactly. And he's running down the street.
Ghost Rider Christine.
Great shot.
It
looked amazing.
Yeah.
Christine on fire.
Yeah.
Looked awesome.
Absolutely.
There's multiple shots of Christine on fire, and every time, like there's a straight on shot and there's a side shot, and both of them, like amazing. Christine looks awesome.
And just chasing a fucking dude down the road. It's amazing.
And Christine basically just runs over him.
Yeah.
And then he's on fire. Now, like all of that was awesome. Like it was really, really cool. Just being totally engulfed in flames. And so then Christine goes back to the garage, but she looks like she's been on fire because she has been on fire.
Yeah.
And she parks herself or whatever. So the garage owner,
who previously has made a deal with Arnie that if Arnie cleans up a little bit, he's not charged for the space. He could pick parts and he can get a couple extra bucks.
Right. And so he opens up the car door. He literally watches Christine park, and then he goes and opens up the car door, and no one is in there. So now we see that like Arnie was not in Christine when this is going on.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the owner just decides, well, I'm going to get in this burn up car then, because that's what you do in this situation,
Yeah.
I guess.
Guess.
Like, what is he doing? So he gets in the car, and Christine locks him in there and like presses the seat up until it basically crushes him against the steering wheel.
Which I have to say, of all of the Christine deaths, he got off the easiest of anybody. Everybody else gets their heads exploded or some shit. This guy, your chest hurts for a couple minutes and then you're done. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. And then, so now the cops questioning Arnie because, again, this owner is now dead in Arnie's car.
well, so Arnie is driving the boss's car to go do some deliveries or something, pick up parts. And so he pulls into work the next day. All the cops are there. And then they're telling him, Harry Dean Stanton, we found your boss dead in your car. And the last time we saw Christine, she looked like Freddy Krueger, but now she's back to her former self, polished and perfect and brand new and all that stuff.
Yeah. And so it's good. I mean, Arnie acts like, I don't know what you're going on. And he's not there. So it's believable. And it makes total sense. Like what he's saying, where the scene before when the cop was talking to him, he was definitely more antagonistic about what was going on, where he, was almost acting guilty to a degree, where this one to me was more believable that he didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the Baywatch and the Cool Kid, they get together to compare notes about Christine, because now I guess they know Christine's a cursed car or something like that. They figured it out somehow. And Arnie comes to pick up the Cool Kid. And the Cool Kid confronts him about Christine.
While they're driving in Christine.
That's correct. And so Arnie, again, he doesn't want any part of this. He loves Christine. Because at first the Cool Kid thinks he's talking about Baywatch, but he's talking about, Christine loving Christine.
But but it's also such a weird, like, doing it in Christine is the weird. It's like fucking somebody and be like, hey, I think your husband's cheating on you while you're fucking them. Like, it's a weird timing to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to get in the car to have this conversation.
At all. Like, no. He's at your house.
No. And again, he's in Christine. So he starts acting crazy and he's like speeding down the road and doing crazy shit or whatever. And he just, basically scares the Cool Kid. So you're just proving my point. I think this car's changing you.
Yeah.
And now you're acting even more crazy. This is crazy. So the next day, the Cool Kid carves into Christine's hood, basically like, meet me at the garage. If you truly believe that Christine kills people and is possessed or cursed or whatever, the last thing I'm going to do is carve this note into Christine. Maybe just leave the note under the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
maybe
you can write it on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that how he feels about his car. Also, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? It's almost like you're a scorned lover.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But also, fuck Baywatch Girl, because right before this, when Cool Kid gets in the car with him, he has a broken leg, and he's hobbling around. Lee is driving him when he writes the note, carves the note into the hood of the car. She's made him get out of the car, hobble over there, and do it. Lee, you have fucking legs that work.
Dude, he volunteered for that. That he is a scorned lover. He is so mad that he is no longer Arnie's favorite. And that Christine he's like, she got out the knife and she was about, he's like, no, I've got this.
Well, I imagine she had a pen and paper and he's like, no, I know a better way.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to make sure he gets this note. So again, they wanted to meet at the garage because they are setting a trap for Christine. And
again, he has a broken leg, and he has to break into the garage again.
Yeah, he has to climb up through a window. Yeah, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
And again, their idea is to trap Christine because they're on board now that Christine's alive. I guess they want to destroy Christine. But the problem I have with this is that she has seen Christine destroyed. Like, she has seen it. And like a day later, Christine is fine.
Yeah.
So you have to, like, I feel like, let's have a conversation about how we're going to do this because, it's like if we're trying to kill somebody and I've seen him shot 6 times and then I see him walking around the next day, I'm not gonna be like, hey, Keith, let's trap this guy and let's shoot him 6 times because that's going to work. It's not going to work.
No.
So I don't know what their plan is. So then, but really what they don't realize is that Christine has set a trap.
And is covered in cardboard boxes and bursts through.
Yeah. So basically, Arnie did that.
Or Christine did it with her windshield wipers.
Yeah, exactly. So
what's the wrestler that's like, if you say his name, he shows up?
Joe Hendry.
That's basically what Christine does. She does a Joe Hendry.
Exactly. So the cool kid, he's in a bulldozer. So that's their plan. They're going to, and again, she's just running around. There's a car driving around and she's on foot in the middle of this garage.
Yeah.
Christine's just trying to run her over. And it seems that it's wildly crazy. The plan is I'm going to protect you with this bulldozer.
Then he doesn't even start. It feels like there's 20 minutes of Christine chasing her through the garage. And then they fucking Fast and the Furious crash test dummies like Arnie out of the car.
Yeah, because we do see now that Arnie is actually in the car. He in this case, he is behind the wheel.
Yeah.
For all of this or whatever. And Christine is repairing itself during the fight, basically, during the bulldozer fight. And then he tries to run over Baywatch again and goes through, I guess, the office, and glass goes everywhere. And Arnie, gets out of the car and he has just glass in his chest or whatever.
I think he gets sent through the windshield, right? Like,
I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, that because he blasts through, so they could something. I mean, but again, the glass is like sticking out from his belly. He's bleeding he's cut up. He's bleeding badly, and basically, he reaches out and touches Christine as he dies, and Christine's headlights go out. It's very touching, and so it's over. It's got to be over, right? So then, while they're talking, Christine like comes back to life, attacks them, or tries to get them again, and they really just with that bulldozer just run her over like 1,000 times.
Yeah,
like they destroy this car with the bulldozer, and then we see that they've turned Christine into like a cube, Wall-E style or something like that, and it's at the junkyard. But the movie ends with like a little piece moving just a little bit.
And you always have like Christine playing 1950s music throughout the entire thing. And then it's at the very end, it's Harry Dean Stanton, Paul Walker, and Lee. And they're walking and they hear a 1950s song and they freak the fuck out. And they look up and then some worker's just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Walking with a boombox or something.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's how it ends. Christine's surprised there's not a Christine 2 based on all of this stuff.
Kind of shocked, like, that this is where we left it. But, like, how do you feel? What did you think about the movie?
I like the movie. I mean, it's good. It's a good John Carpenter with John Carpenter's synth music as far as that goes. Absolutely. It's a good Stephen King adaptation.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, had a problem with the supporting cast.
What possibly could be your problem with this amazing supporting cast?
I feel like Arnie's definitely going on a journey here. He's definitely changing. He's believable in what's going on, but the best friend does nothing. He is a cardboard character.
Yeah.
One note, again, he's the cool kid, but that's all he is. He's nothing else except for the subtext that he's gay and in love with Arnie, which you don't believe.
So if you take that away, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's an interesting, I think part of the idea of the cool kid character is that in the movie to an extent, and then more so in the book, he starts as our perspective character. Like, we're seeing it through his story, and then halfway through the book, he goes to the hospital, and we lose him for the rest of the piece, right? And so I think King was trying to experiment with the idea of we're getting to know this person, and then bam, they're removed, change the story up. Like, that was his idea. And I think to a degree the movie does that, but just because it's a different type of experiential medium, we still feel the lack of that character being clearly defined other than pretty boy, sort of thing.
Right. And then the new girl, I just feel like that's all she is. All she is the new girl.
Yeah.
There's nothing about her personality wise. There's just nothing. She's just the new girl. That's all she is.
Well, she also reads history. Chad, did you not pay attention at all?
Oh, my Lord. No. So I just wanted more of the best friend and the girlfriend, if you will. And I don't think we got enough of that from them. They were one-dimensional.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I could kind of see it. You're wrong, but I guess I could see it. You're also wrong about a lot of other stuff about the undertones of the film. Like, I think part of
way.
What I think is kind of interesting about this is that the tropes of all the characters fit in that 1950s Happy Day sort of vibe, but it's constantly telling you that's out of place here. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
the 50s are always this throwback, but slowly we're seeing him morph into that, even though some of those aspects are still part of his life. I think that's kind of a compelling thing. But I think just there is a lack of character development for a lot of these people, but I think the cinematic techniques that he's using, I just think he's at the top of his game for this one. Do you think, with your problems aside, do you think it deserves to be on the list?
Yeah, I think that as far as like 80s Stephen King's adaptation goes, it's definitely one of the better ones. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that show me moment, it just hits so fucking hard.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
Then the shot of like you were perfect. Ghost Rider Christine. I mean yes.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's just the car putting itself back together and that music. And I think it synthesizes a lot of things John Carpenter wanted to do. I think John Carpenter's always been chasing a story of evil with no cause, like the original Michael Myers, before you get bogged down in the lore.
Right.
And that's what, because in the book, there's a reason Christine is evil. In this, there's no fucking reason. She's just a bad car. Bad to the bone, as it were.
Right.
Yeah, so, I like it. What did you rate it on Letterboxd?
I gave it 3 out of 5. It was good.
Yeah, I gave it 4.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a good movie. So now, 2 things we do. First of all, remakes. How are you going to remake Christine?
So I do a straight remake.
Great.
I would actually set it in the 80s as far as that goes. Let Mike Flanagan direct it because he's the Stephen King whisperer.
Absolutely.
And basically Arnie in this one, because it's the 80s, it's going to be more clear that Arnie is closeted. Arnie, in this case, is a closeted gay person.
Ooh, okay.
But the cool kid in this it's like unrequited. He's the cool kid is clearly straight. Arnie's in love with him. It's never going to happen because it's the 80s, he can't come out even because it's the 80s. So what does he turn to? He turns to a car. He turns to Christine. So that is the reason for him basically falling in love with a car because he can't fall in love with a person in the 80s. So that's what I would do.
Okay.
And then I would cast as Arnie Timothy Chalamet because I would believe if anyone could make me believe that they fall in love with a car, it'd be Timothy Chalamet. He's an amazing actor.
Amazing actor.
The cool kid would be David Johnson.
Okay, great.
And then Baywatch in this case would be Brianna Hildebrandt. So
Oh,
that
great.
would be my
That's
recasting.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Is that what that is?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. That's okay. That's great. To me, I want to do a remake, but I want to do it more based on the book. And I prefer the movie to the book. But the big difference here is LeBray, the original owner of the car, we meet him in the book. And he did like sacrifices in the car to make it a vessel. And he is the one possessing the car and in turn possessing Arnie, right? So that's the biggest change, is that we see what the fuck is the matter with Christine. And part of it too is that we hear the way LeBray speaks and stuff like that at the beginning just a little bit. So Arnie starts replicating that. He now starts speaking like him. And then the other big change is, in the book, he parks the car at an airport and works at a mechanic's place to fix it, and the mechanic makes a deal with him, but the mechanic's dealing drugs. So Arnie he's a peddler for drugs, and that's what initially brings the cop in. So I would want to layer that in as well, right?
Gotcha.
So I would lay for the LeBray character, the original owner, I would bring Keith Gordon back because he's still alive, and I think he could rock that out. I think he did a great job in this one, to be honest.
I do too. Yep.
So I think it'd be interesting to see him now play the opposite side of the coin. And then I would do Michael Pena as the cop, because I think that would be a lot of fun to see him in that. And then just make it still bloody, like little moments, like still do the show me scene. It's not in the book, but it's a brilliant scene. Carve into the car the message, and then have the car bleed as they walk away. You know, shit like that. And nice. I don't cast any of the kids because I'm not on Epstein's list. I don't know any young actors. So,
well, that's why I cast a 30-year-old Chalamet.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's only half the equation. The other thing we do is design a Funko Pop for the movie. What are you doing?
I mean, it's the car with Arnie in it. Like, that's what it is.
That's great. No, that's solid. I'm doing the car on fire. I'm doing Ghost Rider car straight up. Like, that'd be so fun.
I mean, that's the best shot of the movie, absolutely. Yeah. But I feel like, you need to put Arnie in there. So
fuck him. I like cars. So that's Christine. What a great movie. Great watch. I really enjoyed this. We're in 1983. What are we doing next?
We're still in 1983. We're doing David Cronenberg's Videodrome.
I've never seen Videodrome.
I've never seen it either.
This is going to be great.
I doubt it.
We're going to throw up a lot. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes. Like, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. I have never seen it, but I just don't think I'm going to like it. But we'll talk about it. That's for sure.
Is your opposition to Videodrome more based on an opposition to James Woods or an opposition to David Cronenberg in general?
I would say body horror is like my least favorite subgenre of horror. I love horror, but body horror is probably my least favorite. And I just feel like Videodrome is not only body horror. I feel like it's almost like David Lynchian as well. I've heard like it's weird
right
and it doesn't make sense. So those two things together, I'm not looking forward to it, frankly. But
didn't we do a Cronenberg?
We did The Brood, right? Was that in the 80s or?
I think that's 70s. I think we did.
I think we just probably talked about that in 80 Scanners. That's what we did.
We did Scanners.
Yeah. We talked about The Brood in like the 30 for 30 that we did. Yeah, but basically,
Brood fucks me up. The Brood fucks me up bad.
Wild. Yes.
When she's like gnawing into, there's like very few things that get me on the body horror thing. The babies in the It's Alive sequels fuck me up beyond comparison, and then gnawing into the little sacks at the end of the Brood.
It's gross.
Oh, it's so gross.
Yep. It's gross. But that's what we're doing. Videodrome.
Can't
we'll
wait.
See if it makes sense. We'll try to make sense of it.
Yeah, we'll see. So until then, Chad, where can the people find you?
On Twitter X, NQC Podcast.
That's awesome. And if you're looking for me, you can find me in the Not Quite Darkness.
Peace.
Michael K.